You ever felt like you should have it all figured out by now? Love, success, confidence. But instead, you are stuck repeating the same patterns. You have done the mindset work, your favorite practice, you've tried manifesting it consciously, but nothing seems to shift long term. Today's episode is for you if you're tired of feeling like you are doing everything right, but still falling short. We are going to get into the real reason why things aren't changing and the powerful shifts that actually create results, not just in your mind, but also in your life. Welcome back to the Mindful Shift podcast. I'm Leopoldine, mindset and manifestation coach. I help ambitious and emotionally aware souls, just like you, stop overthinking and start manifesting with clarity, confidence, and consistency. If you have that before, in the law of assumption or even manifestation, and felt burned out by mixed advice, this space is different. I'm here to help you cut through the noise, align your inner world, and finally see it reflected out in your 3D reality. Love, self-worth, success, anything you desire. If you're new here and this episode hits home, and I know it will, feel free to explore my coaching tools and digital offers in the link down below in the description. They are made to help you shift faster and more gently at your own pace. Alright, let's get into the truth about becoming really magnetic. Spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with being the most conventionally attractive person in the room, and everything to do with how you show up for yourself and the world around you. Let's talk about magnetism, not in the aesthetic only sense, but also the real kind, the inner one, the kind that pulls people in without you needing to perform, overshare, or prove anything to anyone. And one of the most powerful things you can start doing is actually saying less. Not in a cold, shut down kind of way, but in a grounded, intentional way. You don't need to reveal everything about yourself to be loved, seen, or chosen. In fact, actually, when your energy says, I'm safe with myself, I don't need constant validation, that's where true confidence begins. And no, this is not either a mind game. A lot of people confuse vulnerability with full exposure. But confidence isn't about how much you share about yourself. It's about how rooted you feel in what you choose to share. And that's emotional safety, not just for others, but for you. And if you ever feel like people misunderstood you, twisted your words, or even used your openness against you, this might actually hit home. And don't get me wrong, that's not a cue to close yourself completely. It's a call to get intentional with your boundaries and also your self-concept. You are not here to overshare to earn any connection. You are here to embody connection by being someone who trusts themselves, someone who can hold their own energy without chasing, proving, or even performing. I once had a moment where I almost replied to something just to prove I was right. But then I paused. And in that silence, those few minutes, I felt more powerful than in any argument. That moment taught me that peace isn't just a vibe. It is a decision. One you make over and over again. One of the most magnetic traits I see, and also teach actually, is emotional leadership. And it's not about being perfect. It's about knowing how to regulate your inner world in real time. And by that, I mean your thoughts first. Because let's be honest for a second. Anyone can be chill when everything's going right. But the version of you who gets it all, who already has it all, they lead themselves through tension with grace, not reactivity. And that means picking your battles. I made a few episodes related to 6 subjects today, and I will make them. Link here if you want to go further deep. But the point is, not everything deserves your reaction. And yes, that does include the random person that tries to trigger you in public, or even your ex texting you something passive-aggressive at 11 p.m. And no, you don't need to win the moment. All you need to do is protect your peace. Because peace isn't passive, actually. It is power. The kind of power that makes people lean in. And honestly, the whole me would have texted right back. But the version I am now, the version I'm thinking from, I breathe, I pause, and I remember I don't need to chase anything or anyone. And that moment of restraint, of redirecting my thoughts, that's the new standard. You want to be magnetic, get clear, get clean, get grounded. Start showing up like someone who values themselves. Not to impress others, but to build trust with yourself. That's also how you tap into your confident self. When you take care of your appearance, not from insecurity, but from self-respect. It does shows. When you eat like you care about your body, move it like you care about your body. No, it doesn't have to be fitness. Speak like you respect your own energy, your time, and move like your presence matters, because it does. People feel it. They have no other choice but to. This is your reality and you're the creator. Remember, this isn't about perfection. This is about alignment. You don't need to change your personality. Of course not. You just need to start to show up like the version of you who already knows they're valuable, because they are. And here is something you might not expect. One of the most underrated forms of magnetism: silence, stillness, space. People are drawn to what they can't immediately define. If you are always over-explaining, over-apologizing, or filling every gap, every silence, there is no space for curiosity or polarity. And again, this isn't about mind game. Mystery isn't manipulation. No, it's about letting people discover you, not download you like a resume. Let them lean in. And in your personal development journey, let yourself lean in into your softness, your power, your peace. That's the foundation of becoming the version of you who has it all, without forcing anything. And here is the thing no one tells you. Your magnetism isn't about how loud you are, or how pretty, beautiful, gorgeous you are. It's about how much self-trust you hold in silence. A lot of people are over-performing because they are still aiming for not being chosen. They are performing from a place. They are not the main character. They are not the creator. They are not always chosen. They are not always the first priority. And when your nervous system is wired to prove you worthy of anything, you will unintentionally chase, even if you are the calmest person in the room. So let me ask you this. What is the version of you that already feels safe in love, safe in success, safe in your own body? How does that version move? And that's the identity we are stepping into. And no, it's not just a mindset. It's taught by that, but it's literally embodiment. That's you stepping in that new version of you. When you are emotionally intelligent, meaning you are witnessing, aware of your reactions without you becoming them, you are moving through the world in a way that is rare. And honestly, rarity is magnetic. The most attractive people aren't the one chasing attention. They are the one who walks into a room and instantly shift the energy of the room. Not because they are doing something loud, but because their energy is clean. They are not leaking resentment or rehearsing revenge or trying to be 10 steps ahead. They are present. And presence is what people crave in a distracted world. But here's how it gets real. If you are still holding on to stories like, I have to prove myself, or I'm too much, or things never works out for me anyway, those stories becomes a lens you are wearing. That's your state of mind, even when you are trying to manifest something consciously. And that's why law of assumption isn't just about doing your practice. Affirmation visualization doesn't matter. Telling yourself things, I'm magnetic, even though it will lead you to be that if you continue and persist in that thought. Like watching this video, for example, or even everyone loves me. But once again, you can stumble upon a video telling you things that will shift naturally your mindset about it. But truthfully, it's all about shifting the core story that's been running underneath everything. And even if you say just, I'm magnetic, it will lead you to that, to make it true. Because if you don't believe it is safe for you to be seen, your subconscious will keep you hiding. If you don't believe it is safe for you to be chosen, you'll keep choosing unavailable people or their unavailable version, or even yourself pushing love away. And no, bestie, this is not your fault. It's just a survival pattern. But now it is time to release it. And I made a video about this a few weeks ago. And this is where healing meets self-concept. You are not healing to fix yourself or anything about yourself. You are healing to unlearn the noise that made you think you weren't already whole, already perfect as you are. You are allowed to grow from love, not lack. You are allowed to tell yourself, I get to become magnetic because it's natural for me to be seen, wanted, supported, and also respected. That's not delusion. That's remembering your truth. And when you stop manifest from a place of needing to be chosen, but not thinking you already are, and start moving, thinking from a place you are already the chosen one anyway. You've always been. everything starts to shift. People will feel your energy differently, will move to prove you're right. You no longer settle for less than what you are and what you want. You will no longer overthink every reaction. You trust and know and tell yourself at least that the right thing will land to bring you what you desire. Because you have already decided you are the right thing. You are it. You're that girl, you're that boy, you're that person. So, how do you start becoming magnetic? In your own way. And you don't need a 5-step routine or even a perfect morning ritual or practice. You just need repetitively and consistently start thinking from the version of you who already has the life, the love, and the peace you desire. Imagine walking into a room and knowing you don't need to perform. You don't need to earn your place. That's not ego. That's emotional safety. And that's what we are building right here. I'm serious. It is a choice, not a forced one, but a steady and consistent one. A quiet inner knowing that says, I don't chase, I align. I don't prove, I show up. I don't wait to be picked. I decide that I am already the one. And so it is done. Start here. Notice when your energy starts reaching. Pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what version of me is doing this? The magnetic me or the anxious me? The one filled with doubts, fears, and the old version of me. And that alone can shift your entire day. Romanticize your boundaries, not as a wall, but as a frame that holds your worth. Saying no is not rude, it's radiant, it's self-respect. Be willing to let the silence do some of the talking. And no matter where it is, in dating, in business, or even in social media, your presence holds more weight than your performance ever would. End quote. And remember, people are drawn to what's real, grounded, and self-led. And you don't need to become someone else to be magnetic. You just need to come home to who you were before the world told you to shrink, to humble yourself, to conform. So this week, your only job is to think like it's already yours. It's already a done deal, or about to be any moment now. The love, the peace, the recognition. You stop chasing it and start thinking it is a done deal the moment you think so. If this episode spoke to you, and I know it did, if you want to go deeper into the version of you who manifests with ease, I have tools that can support your glow up without the fluff. You'll find everything in below, from affirmation to coaching to mindset tools, all designed to help you shift from chaos to clarity and become magnetic on your own terms. You have always been the prize. Now it's just time to show up like it. Remember, it's not the end until you get what you want.